Hey everyone, it's Kristen. So the last video we did was the Wizard Magazine 84. This is actually Wizard 85. I picked this one. Here's the cover, which I thought was funny. You don't really see that very much, the cross collaboration of the two universes, the two comic book universes, the main ones. So I just thought the cover was funny. And I really enjoyed the first two that I bought, so I bought this one too. And why I wanted to do this as a video today is it actually has in it an article about the 20, sorry, what's it called? The 25 most memorable moments in comic book history. So granted, this is 1998, September, so there have definitely been more moments since then. If you want to comment below your favorite or ones you think should be added to this list, then go right ahead, because I know there's more since this came out. But I just thought it was interesting to see what they consider the most memorable. Also, what's memorable to someone else might not necessarily be something you would pick up as being memorable. So I just thought that was really interesting too, that they compiled this list together. So that's why I wanted to do this issue. It might take 2 videos. We will see, because there's 25 moments to get through. And I thought this was interesting. I don't know if you guys know who Spawn is, but he's an interesting character. They do, like I said, the last man standing. There was Rogue and Wonder Woman in the last one, and now it's Superman and Spawn. And I'm sure you can guess on this one who wins, because not very many people can defeat Superman. So of course he wins. He wins. He wins. But they talk about how Spawn, has magic, and he doesn't have that attitude of basically he believes there's no such thing as a cheap shot. So he would do everything possible in order to beat Superman, whereas Superman might not necessarily do that. Like, Superman doesn't kill or anything necessarily. So, like I said, I thought that was interesting. I don't know if any of you remember the Spawn movie. I liked that movie, but of course, you know me, we've talked about this. I like most superhero movies, with a couple exceptions, but I thought that was a good movie. I liked it. And then, like I said, the last magazine, they did a How to Survive Comic-Con. They have goofy articles like this. Galactus meets Wizard. And they have like the Silver Surfer being made of tinfoil, and there's actually popcorn in him, and so then the wizard staff eats them, and Galactus comes in and says, "Who dares consume the air-popped herald of Galactus?" Like I said, and it says, and Galactus eats Wizard. So pretty much they have like a tournament of different things to see who will get to, in order for him to leave the Earth alone, they have a series of challenges, and whoever wins the most, they win. So Galactus either consumes the planet or he doesn't. So they do a ping pong tournament and Wizard wins. They do a chili cook-off and Galactus wins. They do a Trivial Pursuit with Galactus and Wizard wins. They do a Yo Mama contest and Galactus wins. And he says, like, Galactus for his Yo Mama is, on June 11th, 3:34 p.m. in the year of 1999, your birth mother shall be consumed by fire ants. Galactus knows all. And the guy doing the Yo Mama jokes is like, Mom? So that was pretty funny. And then they do a consuming like White Castles and those little burgers. I've never actually been there, but they're like they're part of culture, I think. They even did like a movie about it. Anyway, so basically this guy ate more White Castle burgers than Galactus, so Wizard wins. Anyway, but he needs a new herald, so they take basically, I guess, the most annoying guy at the office as his new herald. Anyway, so we come on the 25 most memorable moments in comics. Like I said, this is September 1998, so anything after that obviously is not in here. But basically 25 is Hal Jordan destroys the Green Lantern Corps. That was February 1994. This happens because he comes home to find his entire city destroyed and everyone murdered at the hands of Cyborg. And, you know, basically he snapped. He went crazy. And he goes to the Green Lantern Corps and says, hey, you need to do something. And they're like, no. So he tries to resurrect everyone by using his power ring, but he lacked, you know, power to sustain it. So he goes to everyone, you know, he goes to the Guardians for help, and they're like, no, you can't do it. You know, it's wrong. For one thing, you know, they told him, just accept your loss. I'm sorry that happened, but, you know, there's nothing we can do. So basically he snapped. He took the Guardian's power for himself. One by one, he brutally murders his fellow Green Lanterns and steals their power rings. Yeah. When one of the Green Lanterns would not cooperate, he slices her hand off to take her ring. So, I mean, yeah. That was a pretty, like, brutal moment in comic book history for sure, because no one expected that. I mean, and I guess to come back and find your entire city basically gone, that would make anyone snap. And then, you know, you go to the Green Lantern Corps and say, hey, look, I have been here. I've, you know, done this for years. You know, isn't there anything you can do, like, for all my years of service? And they're basically like, no, I'm sorry. You have to accept it. It's part of life. That would kind of make anyone snap. So 24 is Terra revealed as a traitor. The new Teen Titans, 1983. I think I remember reading this storyline. Obviously, not when it came out because I wasn't around then. But I remember reading this storyline and just thinking, oh crap, because you meet this character Terra, and she's like super cute and spunky and just fits in with all the other Teen Titans really well. And then at the very end of the episode, you know, or episode, the comic book, for her to be revealed as a traitor and working for the Terminator, they called him the Terminator. Then it's Deathstroke. Some of you might know him by that name more. I don't know. I never called him the Terminator. I just thought that was weird. It just makes me think of, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator. Anyway, I didn't call him that. But, I mean, even after, like, she was revealed as a traitor, it said that, like, fans wanted to believe it's not true. Like, this was all just, like, a dream sequence or, like, an alternate reality, and it never really happened, but it could happen, but it didn't. It was crazy. I think that might have been one of the first times that they ever, like, pulled that kind of storyline, and just, like, you know, this person that's embedded in this team and has joined this team and is one of the team now, they are now, you know, they're a traitor. Like, it just wasn't done back then. So the next one is 23, Flash dies saving the universe. 1985. Again, wasn't around then, but I remember the storyline. I remember reading it. It was the Crisis on Infinite Earths. They actually kind of did their own version of that in the Flash TV show recently. Yeah, and so yeah, it was just a very unexpected death for Barry Allen to die. Um, he but like he had been through so much recently in this. He had actually nearly gotten booted out of the Justice League of America. His own title, like the Flash series, was canceled, and like he was on trial for murder. Just all this stuff that they threw at him. So it's, you know, basically they canceled his series. Fans thought he, live happily ever after or whatever, but instead he was, kidnapped by the Anti-Monitor, and Flash escaped and destroyed his cannon, but he basically ran himself to death. You can see him basically disintegrating. So that was a pretty epic moment. So 22 is A Man Without Fear, Daredevil. That was April 1985. Basically, Kingpin. It's hard to see him. Let's see if I can make this better. There you go. Still, it's hard to see him because he's like right on the glare. But he thought, he had destroyed Daredevil. He thought he killed him, but he kept saying to himself, there's no body. So basically, Kingpin has taken everything away from Daredevil. His job, his livelihood, his support system. And so basically now he's like, has made him, a man without fear. Because now, like, he's taken everything away, so what does he have to lose? So basically he's a man without fear because he has nothing else to lose. So that, I think, was the first kind of term, or first time that term was ever used to describe Daredevil, I think. So I think that's probably why it's in here. And I love animals, so this is sad. 21 is the death of Krypto, Superman's dog. Ugh. So basically, it's in an imaginary world. Superman, he has his perfect life falls apart. He's exposed as Superman. His high school buddy or school buddy died at the hands of Toymaker and Prankster. But the worst moment, especially for me, is that the Kryptonite man who basically oozes kryptonite radiation closes in on Superman, and Krypto takes it upon himself to protect his master by like lunging at him and like ripping out his throat. But unfortunately, like, being that close to him poisons Krypto, and he dies from radiation poisoning. And at the time, Superman was far away fighting the Legion of Supervillains and Brainiac, so he couldn't even do anything except he could hear like his he could hear Krypto crying and basically dying. And that's, I think, what gets to me the most, is because I love animals and I can't even imagine like that happening, because I love animals, so that would be really sad to me. So wow, we didn't even get that through that many of these, so there'll definitely be a part 2 for this series. So I hope you will join me for that to find out what the rest of these are, what the rest of the 25 most memorable moments in comic books up to 1998, September of 1998 are. And of course, if you have any more, put them in the comics or the comments. Anyway, I will see you next time. Bye.